Hi, my name's Julie Tucker-Leeton, and I'm here to talk to you guys about what I have learned this semester in our Fundamentals of Education Technology. One of the first things that interested me in the educational technology, or I found interesting, was the definition of educational technology. My assumption was it's computers, it's using electronics, it's using any of the new wave stuff. And what I learned in the article, A History of Instructional Design and Technology by Reiser, is that that's not necessarily the definition. It is whatever is cutting edge for the age. And I never thought about the time that pencils were cutting edge, that was the new wave thing, and they thought it was going to replace slates. And even slates themselves, there was the worry that slates would cause children to not be able to memorize as well, and so thus they would not be able to learn as well. So for me, that was one of the things that stuck out to me, was the history behind it, that almost every age there was something cutting edge that was going to destroy education, and in most cases it enhanced it and didn't destroy it. I found it interesting that this class even talks about the frustrations we've had in our Chromebooks, in that originally the plan was for the implementation that we were going to use diffusion theory, or diffusion of integration theory, in which the Chromebooks would go to the innovators' classrooms, early subscribers is what they called it, and they would use them in the classroom and then eventually start pulling the outers in, till where we had most teachers using the Chromebook somehow in the classroom. What happened with us, though, is we had an overzealous administrator who decided that he would implement them all at once, and because of that, and because we weren't able to try to reach, and we were just told, everybody was told that they were going to just use the Chromebooks, there became a lot of resistance in the teachers in our school district. I've joked around with my colleagues and my husband that this class has been therapy for me, going through all the frustrations. Last year we went completely one-to-one Chromebooks with the students, each having one, and we jumped straight into it without any kind of planning or preparation. My department also adopted new textbooks, which were completely online, and they were so frustrating to use and so difficult for the students to use. My grades were dropping, students weren't learning because of the platform that it was using. It is so bad that I had to go back and I had to rewrite everything, and basically I've made worksheets and activities and all of that I can use through Google Classroom. But it was kind of nice to be able to read in our Chapter 8 about the ADDIE principle, in which the platform itself, the program itself, should not be so complicated that it impedes student learning, because that is exactly what was happening to me last year. At the beginning of the year, I went through about 2 weeks like that before I went straight Google Classroom, and I have not gone back since. Okay, I know I'm kind of an unusual student in this department, in that I am a 22-year veteran teacher. I've been doing this a long time, and quite frankly can't picture myself really doing anything else. But I enjoy trying to teach the students and helping them not only learn Spanish, but also learn how to use the computer appropriately, how to use their technology. Almost every day somebody will say, "Senora, I never even knew we could do this on our Chromebook." Thank you. And then they'll go and they'll use them in their other classes, and I'll have teachers come back and tell me that, a student taught them how to do something that I've taught them. So that kind of feels good. I also like going and helping teachers, so I could see myself in the future possibly moving into a position to where I am giving professional development, or to help teachers get on the bandwagon, some of the more reluctant, to help them and hold their hand through the process. I got to do that last year with a teacher, and now she is using a lot of technology, whereas before she used absolutely zero. But she was able to use a lot of technology and uses a lot of my lesson plans into her classroom. So it kind of feels good to know that I'm able to help other people not just my students. As I said before, I've been teaching a long time, so I feel like most of my professional goals I have met. I am a successful teacher. My students still like me. They don't hate me and think I'm horrible. They think I'm hard, but they think I'm nice on being hard to them. I can get a lot of kids through some of this, some of my more reluctant students. It's kind of fun whenever I can get them to participate and get them to do some of the activities. Even though they've done nothing else all semester, they'll get excited about doing some of my projects. So that's always fun. So pretty much I think I'm on the right track of where I should be teaching. Privately or personally, I have a beautiful grandson that was born in September. He lives in San Antonio with my oldest daughter. I have a daughter that is just about to graduate from high school, and then I have a 6-year-old son. Some of the things I hope to do this next summer, which I probably will because I usually do, is I love to travel. I go to San Antonio several times a year to see my daughter and to see, of course, my grandson now. I also I've traveled pretty much all over the world. My husband works for American, so I get cheap flights. So I've traveled several different places, so I don't know where I'm going to go next. I usually decide the day or two before I go. I'm terrible at planning trips, but I'm great at going on them. I would also like to, one of my important goals, or one of my goals early on, was to get a master's degree. And for me, I think this is a perfect fit for a master's degree. It is using pretty much what I'm trying to do into my classroom and helping me build upon it. So that is what I see myself doing. Thank you.